GF, F23, gave phone number to a guy at a bar? I'm M22. Sorry if the writing isn't that comprehensible. I'm tired and a bit in shock or some shit. She's currently on a trip with a friend and went to a bar at 2 a.m. 2 days ago. She texted me at about 3 a.m. that day, that she gave a guy her phone number after he asked for it and then proceeded to ignore all my questions about it and just try to talk over it. Then when I told her I was going to bed, she said she only gave it as a joke. I told her it was a weird fucking thing to do and that I was hoping that she was just kidding. Apparently she wasn't, but she got mad at me for getting upset and not being able to take a joke. The joke being that she gave her number, which was supposed to be funny, I guess. The next day she ignored all my calls and messages but proceeded to post about 20 stories on her Instagram that were just pics of her at the bar or at some miscellaneous club. The day after, which is today, after a full day of fully ignoring me, she texted me saying, "Are you cooled down and able to take a joke now?" Followed by, "I gave my number as a joke, thought you'd laugh." Followed by, "I texted with him yesterday for about 40 minutes but that's it, lol." I didn't reply to that. She sent it 4 hours ago, but I don't know if there is anything I want to say. Context. We've been together for 3 years. This is some weird immature way of either making you jealous or actively telling you she's entertaining other people. Ignoring you and posting on social media is specifically meant to get under your skin. The Reddit go-to is to say to break up, I know, but in this case, you should end things. She's far too immature for you to be wasting your time like this. How long do you want to wait before she's texting him more than 40 minutes, or talking to some other guy after this and telling you about it, as a joke? I don't get the joke. But there is a guy texting your soon-to-be ex-girlfriend. Seems like this is way it's going. This is bullshit, and you are right to push back. What an awful girlfriend. Shouldn't be hard to find someone better though if she's like this. There is not a joke here. Option 1. She wanted to mess with you. This would suck. Option 2. She told you the truth to see your reaction. She did give her number to a guy. Also sucky in multiple ways. Option 3. She doesn't care. Yep, sucks. Option 4. She has a horrible sense of humor. Yep, sucks and is a deal breaker in its own. Who could live with someone like this? Isn't it funny I cheat? Tee-hee. I'm basically Dave Chappelle. Tee-hee. Leave her. She is either shit testing you or she is pushing boundaries to see how much you take. Mike, 29 female, boyfriend, 30 male, went to dinner with a girl he has slept with. How do I navigate this? Mike, 29 female, boyfriend, 30 male, and I have been together for 5 years. He got a new job and we recently moved to a different state. A few weeks ago he had told me he ran into a girl named Bethany at the gym. I know of this girl and I know they have hooked up many years ago, no big deal. So I didn't think anything of it. Fast forward to last night, he goes to the gym at 4 p.m. I don't hear from him until like 7:15 when he calls to tell me he's starving and is going to get something to eat and asks if I want anything. Said that so many people were talking to him at the gym and it took him forever to get through his workout. I didn't think anything of it because it does happen all the time with him. He's very muscular, so people like going out of their way to ask him questions, etc. I had already eaten but told him to let me know where he was going and I would look at the menu for him to get me something I could have tomorrow. He said he was feeling steak, so he went to a restaurant close by to get one. I waited another hour and 15 minutes before he got back home. He tells me that he just decided to eat there because he had barely eaten all day, again fine. Then he said something about Bethany and I was like, "Oh, you saw her at the gym again?" And he said, "Yeah, well I saw her at the steakhouse too." In the moment I still didn't think anything of it, but he was acting really weird and being overly affectionate, so then later on I questioned it more. I asked him if he ate with her at the restaurant and he said he was in his car eating, so I asked him how he saw her then and he said, well, I was about to leave the gym and told her that was where I was going and she still had some sets left, but then drove there after she was done and they ate in their truck together and talked. I was pissed. He literally called me and acted like he didn't know what he wanted to eat or where he was going to go, but literally had to have already made plans with her ahead of time and wasn't going to tell me until he slipped up and couldn't really redirect it. He works a lot and gets minimal days off with his job, so I want to spend as much time with him as possible. That can't happen when he spends 3 hours at the gym and another 2 having dinner with someone. I don't think anything else happened, but knowing that I'm sitting at home waiting for you to come back to spend time together and you still do that is disrespectful to me. So then he turns it on me saying I don't want him to do anything but go to the gym and run back home like it's a prison. And that the one time a year he does something besides that I freak out, and how he doesn't want to spend every second of his time at home. We barely get time together, and the little time we do have you're chatting it up with a girl you used to sleep with. Regardless of it, that was in the past. I just think it's disrespectful. Then today comes around and he basically says, "You can be mad, that's on you," and how I'm controlling and don't want him to do anything except stay home. Then leaves, doesn't tell me where he's going, knowing I'm still upset about it. What can I do to get my point across to where he understands where I'm coming from and how he's manipulating the situation to make me look bad? I didn't even read this, but if he's only a boyfriend, run now. Don't look back and don't waste your youth on him. Just tell him. You made a date with an ex-girlfriend and tried your best not to tell me about it. But you weren't clever enough to pull it off, so you're resorting to this sort of attacking bullshit, hoping I'll get defensive and distracted. Again, not clever enough to do this. I don't care who you chat with at the gym. Dates with Bethany are off the fucking table though. If this is prison to you, I'm tossing you the goddamn key to your cell door right now. Make your choice. Fuck around or stay with me. If you don't make your choice or think you can whine your way out of responsibility for your own behavior, think again. In that case, I will make the choice I need to in a heartbeat. What a manipulator. Tears of joy, tears of joy. I feel like in theory I could have dinner with someone I have history with without it being a problem on my end. But lying about it and trying to shift blame really makes this one seem sketchy. If he's not physically cheating yet, he's at least emotionally cheating. Run. He will most definitely choose her over you. He was eating steak in a truck? Seems like an odd thing to eat in a vehicle. I wouldn't trust that. What does it mean when a coworker M30 says, "I always get what I want," to me F30? I indirectly rejected my coworker. We've been working with him for several months pretty closely. We had a good work relationship, I would say. There were some flirty comments from him hinting about going on a date, that I would usually brush off. I am not good at flirting and I would make some comments that we would just laugh about too. While I was attracted to him, there are things that I do not like. He likes female attention a lot and he also is not over his ex-girl fiend, which he still stays in touch with. It came up in conversation once where I said that he is not available because of his attachment to his ex. He denied it, but it was clear to him that I wouldn't go on a date with him. We never openly admitted our liking for each other though. I am starting a new job now. But on my last day of work there he got very serious at one point, looked at me and said, "I don't often like someone this much. I always get what I want. Even if it takes time." I wonder what do men mean when they say something like this? It made me feel uncomfortable. The eye contact was intense. I kinda hope that it wasn't eye contact but more like when sometimes people space out while talking. IDK. Edit. He always seems to be an easygoing, charming kind of man, well liked by everyone including myself. It's just some things about him that I draw my boundaries at. We were talking about dating people in general before you went that serious and said that. But it made me feel uncomfortable and confused as to what he meant. Edit 2. While working together, the good thing I learned about him, he is not the man of his word. It's not a man thing, it's a this man thing. Sounds like he was trying to be dominant or confident or something, but it comes across as kind of creepy. Sounds like some alpha manosphere SHT, I'd steer clear. I think it means you should let HR know so that they can keep tabs on him when he finds another victim to creep on. Man here, no clue. It's not a men thing. My guess is that it's something this particular loser does to sound macho and interesting, possibly hoping you'll spend night after night just lusting for him. That or it's a covert threat about Saw. Are you threatening me? It means that this man doesn't understand the word no and thinks that his wants are more important than yours. Hollywood has raised men to believe that no means maybe and that persistence pays off. In reality, most women, including myself, prefer men who respect their boundaries. It doesn't sound like this man can do that. My 42M wife, 41F, flirting with guy from work, is this fair? I've been married 15 years and with my wife for over 20 years. Lost story short, when we met I didn't disclose that I had a felony, which led to me keeping lots of secrets until it was finally revealed in our 6th year of marriage. She stayed with me, I got the felony expunged, it was a petty theft from when I was 19. She stuck with me and we did therapy. Every time we argued it comes back to my lies and how she never really knew me. We have 2 beautiful kids together and our life outside of that is relatively normal. Recently she had been acting a little more distant than usual. I saw her Teams chat open on her computer and saw her flirting pretty heavily with a coworker. Nothing sexual, just flirty and talking about walking to their cars together. I didn't know how to approach, so I just ignored. Then 2 months later she asked me to do a nesting separation because she needs space to find herself and figure out what she wants. I then confronted her about the flirting and she says it was just flirting, but she doesn't know how she feels because of my lies from over a decade ago. She then said flirting was just exciting and a cause of her trauma from me. The guy is 47 and married as well. I understand her mistrust, but I feel like I just need to let her go, but she's literally been my whole life and I hate doing this to my kids. I just need some advice on how to move forward. Thank you. Oh, heel number. You went to therapy. It was ages ago. When an issue is resolved, it stays resolved. She doesn't get to haul it out of the closet and use it to justify her bad behavior. If she has something else going on, she needs to take responsibility and quit trying to blame her actions on you. She wants to have an affair without all the guilt. Let me have a little separation. I'll have fun with this guy and then I'll come back and act like everything's better. Why would you want to be with somebody who continually keeps bringing up something in the past that has been dealt with already? Tell her instead of a nested separation, you will give her a divorce and she can have fun with her boyfriend. She's making excuses, she wants to have an affair and have you as a backup. Good luck. Hi, sorry this is happening. You said you did therapy when the truth came out. But if she's still using that issue from so many years ago, it may mean that the therapy didn't completely heal the fracture in your relationship. I recommend asking her to go back to therapy with you to see if you can work on this. Save, copy the flirts. Find out how to contact the coworker's wife and inform her of what hubby is up to with your wife. See if she thinks it's harmless. Do not tell your wife you are doing this. Your wife's excuse is bullshit. She is doing this for the excitement and attraction to this coworker, which is pure selfishness. Consult with a divorce attorney to understand your options. Best of luck. She's about to start playing you. This is how it starts. She will request an open marriage very soon.